Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, and today, update 14.6 has gone live. So what we're going to do in today's video is go over the update notes, hit the highlights of them, and let you guys know what you need to know in order to get the most out of the update. So if you wish to read along as I read aloud, you can check out the description down below for a link to the update article. You can also get a free day of premium time just by clicking on a button that's buried somewhere in this article. I would highly recommend you do it just again to get a free day of premium time. While you're down there, why don't you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Helps out so much so on the YouTube side of things. But anyway, let's go ahead and get through it. As always, I will throw up any relevant images or artwork as we go through the article. So, of course, the main feature of this update is the new branch of American destroyers, the Osborne line, or Burroughs line. I guess that's what I should call it, since that is the tier 10. So these are the American destroyers that have the larger main battery guns. The American destroyer line right now, they top out with 127mm main battery guns, but these guys have the 137mm main battery guns, which I do believe was planned in real life, but subsequently, well, the idea was scrapped. So in addition to that, they also have their own unique smoke generator, where you can use all of your time in one go if you wish to do so, rather than having to wait for individual charges to come off of cooldown. So that's pretty neat. You can just have like an eternal smoke screen if you want to. Well, I think it tops out at like 2 minutes and change, somewhere around there. But yeah, that is the new feature of the line. So these ships will of course be going into early access in this update. However, they will not start until 14.6 with the early access event. They are, you're not going to believe this, in a sequential bundle. No surprise there, that's how they've been doing these early access events for years. You're also not going to believe this too, we're getting a new temporary token, the American tokens. How you like that? So naturally, of course, you can earn some of these tokens. You can, of course, purchase some of them, I'm sure, in some either container or whatever, you guys know how this goes. And of course, Burroughs will be available at the end of the sequential bundle for doubloons. How much? Don't know yet, but it's probably going to be like 20,000 doubloons, as is normal with these early access events. I will be trying to get what I can get out of this event. Obviously, don't want to go and throw a bunch of money at some tech line ships, but usually you can get like the tier 8-ish. Well, in a full line, you can usually get up to like the tier 7. And these half lines, usually like you can get the tier 8 for free as part of the early access event if you take part in all of the activities and such that are going on during this time. But yeah, these are tech line ships, so at the end of the day, they will be available 2 patches from now, completely for free to grind as normal. So I wouldn't drop a bunch of money on these ships trying to get them in early access. You can get them in 10 weeks completely for free. But I am very excited about these new American destroyers. They have bigger guns, less torpedoes, the new unique smoke generator, and all that jazz. So I am very excited to see how these guys do. I just got done grinding the gearing line not all that long ago too, so it's pretty nice timing. All right, now as part of the American Destroyer event, we are getting an American Destroyer themed event pass, where you can get, American tokens, which look pretty cool. I'll give the art department that. They're not just a little coin this time, they're a little shield, The whole theme of like the American Destroyer Early Access event is the Wild West, so I'll give them that's a pretty neat theme, and they've got some nice aesthetic choices to go along with it. But anyway, the first progression line, you can get up to 400 American tokens, 3 days of Warships premium account, 2 French squadron containers, and Go Navy permanent camo for the Cleveland, which is the final reward of the free line. And you can get a champagne. Well, you can maybe get a champagne in the French squadron container. They added that in here recently. The second progression line, which costs 2,500 doubloons, which is 10 buckaroos, you will get the West Virginia 41, which is a very good tier 6 premium ship, 4 French squadron containers, 1 journey to the West premium container, and the French Navy permanent camouflage for Le Fantastique, on top of some other rewards like the coal, with 12,000 coal, 600 steel, you get 10 sets of the green economic bonuses, 8 sets of the blue economic bonuses, and then 2 port slots as well. And you can see that up there on screen. All right, so the event pass, I would definitely get the second progression line this go around, West Virginia 41 for $10, in addition to 12,000 coal, 600 steel. That's a pretty good deal right there, in my humble opinion. West Virginia 41 is very much worth it. It's a Colorado at tier 6, so yeah, you can bully a lot with that. So yeah, great premium ship there in the second progression line. If you're wondering, if you already have West Virginia 41, you get 10 million credits for the West Virginia 41. So not really worth it to, cough up $10 to get 10 million credits, right? So there's that, if you're wondering about that. All right, so this is also the last update for the operations with flagships and experimental ships. So if you are, well, wanting to take part in either of those two things, this is your last update to do that. This time around, though, there is an update to the leaderboard for the experimental ships. So the Varese is now the ship that we are all competing in, and the rewards have also been updated as well for that. So 1st through 25th place, you will get a Johnston. 26th through 50th place, you will get 30,000 coal. 51st through 100th place, you will get 10,000 coal. And then if you just take part in it, you will get 40,000 Elite Commander XP for free. So there's that. If you do have Johnson, again, you do get 5,000 steel for coming in 1st through 25th if you do partake in that. And operations with flagships, there's a leaderboard for this as well. It's for damage done. And if you get in 1st through 100th place, you will get 20,000 coal. So very cool for that. All right, this is also the update where we are getting the update to the graphics. Wargaming has made their own super sampling system, which is now known as Wargaming TSS. The screenshots, it looked a little bit better than most of the other options that were presented. It's supposed to have, pretty much like no ghosting and such, but I guess we'll see what it looks like in motion. They give a couple more screenshots here, but I'm pretty sure most of it is things that we've seen beforehand. Anti-aliasing, it can look really good, in a still picture, but again, you gotta see how it looks in game to really see, what the superior anti-aliasing method is. Now, also with 14.6, this is where we're getting the content rarity system. So now everything in game is going to be ranked depending upon its rarity. It's either going to be common, uncommon, rare, epic, or legendary. So yeah, if you notice some color in your port, then well, there you go. So this applies to, I believe, just about everything in game. All the ships in game will be rated. The camos, the signal, well, the economic bonuses and such are already rated, in their own system and such. But yeah, flags and all that jazz, everything's going to get its own little rating afterwards. This is not a reflection of the ship's battle capability when it is in reference to the ships. So, like the Kitakami, for example, is a legendary ship. The Kitakami is not a very good ship, right? So that's one example. It's supposed to reflect how difficult it is to obtain that item. So, still ships and stuff will be rated higher than, like coal ships or ships you can just buy for doubloons. I believe like dockyard ships are are epic because you can only get them the one time. I think still ships are rare, and then coal ships are uncommon, and then tech line ships are common and such, right? So, yeah, not a big deal, except for the fact that this also goes hand in hand with the ship rotation mechanic, which is also coming in this update too. So, according to Wargaming, the armory and the premium shop have become, quote, overcrowded with ships. I'm not really sure how a digital storefront that has no shelf space, that is, well, I mean, it can get cluttered a bit, but it's very well organized and such, so it's not really overcrowded. They just want to, of course, increase FOMO and such, and try to get you to buy premiums the second it comes out. Of course, this is going live with this update. We talked about this beforehand. We are losing something like 40 ships out of the premium shop and the armory, and then now they will be rotated in and out on a somewhat regular basis. So that's happening today, and I'm not a big fan of this. A lot of you guys aren't a big fan of this, but Wargaming is pushing it through, so this will just be a fact of life going forward with World of Warships. However, there are some ships that are returning to the game. The Brisbane, the Almirante Ground, the Numancia, the Nottingham are returning, although the Brisbane never left because she's a coal ship. That was kind of the point I was making in the Brisbane video, but I guess that went over some heads. Almirante Grau is one that I would definitely recommend picking up. That is a very, very good ship, especially if you have Mr. Joachim at your disposal. Nottingham is coming as a coal ship, our first new coal ship in a very long time. So that's cool. Nottingham's a nice, aggressive Tier 8 cruiser, although it's really weird. You can go check out my Nottingham video for more details. Overall, I think it's pretty good, especially since you can get her for coal, which is, free. So that's happening in this update as well. We are getting some other improvements. The container barge is getting updated to a system that's actually quite intuitive, and it lays things out a lot better. You can just open up all your containers at once. You don't have to sit there and watch the animation. You can skip the animation now and all that jazz. It gives you a breakdown of your containers, how many you have of them, and what's in them, and their drop rates and all that jazz. So that is very cool. That is a big positive for 14.6 in my opinion. Another big positive is that Unbreakable line is continuing on until August 6th. So you've got the entirety of update 14.6 to continue in the Unbreakable line. Unbreakable line is great. It is good fun. It's tier 9 and tier 10 now instead of just being tier 10, so that's very good. Asymmetrics are not continuing on, so, well, you have today, the day that I'm recording this, Tuesday, to get your asymmetric fix before they do disappear with the release of the update today. Ranked, of course, is continuing on. The Bronze League this time is 6v6, tier 7 to tier 8 ships, no more than 1 sub, 1 CV, 3 BBs, 2 destroyers, and 5 cruisers per side. Silver League is 6v6 and tier 9 to 10 ships with the same restrictions on classes. Gold League, same as Silver League, tier 9 to 10, 6v6, same restrictions. Brawls are beginning on July 14th. The first round of Brawls is 4v4 on tier 8 ships. No more than 1 sub, 2 battleships, 3 cruisers, or 3 destroyers per team, and no CVs. You can have divs up to 4 players as well. Second round of Brawls is 4v4 with tier 9 ships, no more than 3 battleships, 4 cruisers, or 3 destroyers per team. And the third round of Brawls are tier 10 2v2. No more than 1 BB, 1 cruiser, or 1 destroyer per team, and no aircraft carriers are submarines. And you can division up with 2 players. There's some Weebs stuff coming in this update. The Blue Archive second wave collaboration begins the day the update goes live and continues through the end of the update, which is August 6th. I have no idea what this is about, and I'm afraid to ask any questions about it, but that's what's happening there. And that is it for the big highlights of the update. So, got the new American destroyers coming out. I am most excited about that. Can't wait to get my grubby little battleship hands on these ships. And, well, that's the main thing for this update. It doesn't seem like there's too much else going on, at least out of what's announced right now. Just kind of like, this update kind of feels like a wrap-up to 14.5. Because, like asymmetrics and Unbreakable line starting in 14.5. 14.7, from what we've heard, yesterday, obviously, is going to be a much bigger update with changes to CVs and submarines coming. And again, with the beginning of the anniversary event and all of that jazz. This just kind of seems like, a pretty chill update, which there's nothing wrong with that. If you cram too much into an update, it does kind of overwhelm the player base. And I just talked about how you can't, overcrowd a digital storefront, but we've all seen when the army's got like 12 tabs in it, right? It gets a little stupid at times. But yeah, pretty chill update with obviously the big highlight being the American destroyers, which I cannot wait to try out. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about update 14.6. You're excited, or you're just kind of about the whole thing? Obviously with the ship rotation coming in 14.6, well, today, obviously that's a big kind of just moment on this update in my humble opinion. But yeah, share your thoughts with us down below. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and all that good stuff. And hope to catch you guys in the next one.